Greetings and welcome back to Monster Legends. It's late Sunday afternoon when I'm recording this. The Super Bowl is coming up soon, so let's talk about Monster Legends, because why not? Alright, we have two things going right now, so let's do a quick overview of them. The big thing that encompasses a couple of things is the PC Ronin event. Alright, so this is a new character. He looks a little familiar there. I think they pretty much just the same model of Zargon and just kind of change the coloring a little bit. There might be some differences. Anyway, he is Forsaken. Yeah, you can see that little symbol there in the lower left there. And you have the opportunity to get cells of him. Multiple opportunities. There's lots of different things floating around. And one of the first ones is there is a PC Ronin dungeon. So you go through the dungeon. Each step, basically, you have a chance, you will get 3 cells of him, right? And, of course, the way you do it is you have to get scrolls. You get the scrolls by the Zargon breeding event. All right, this is a breeding combination. It's running for a total of 10 days. You can see there's more than a week left in it. And it involves Lord Malthus and, of course, Vaulteq. Now, you can also substitute the Jokers, as you see here. You know, Galante Jr. for Lord Malthus and Galante for Vaulteq. Just attempting the combination will get you a scroll, which will allow you to advance 1 step in that dungeon we just looked at a moment ago, right? We're going to look at the dungeon, by the way. You'll also get 5 cells of PC Ronin just for attempting it. Now, if you actually get Zargon, because you're trying to get Zargon with this combination, by the way, you'll get 10 cells of PC Ronin and not just 5. Just attempting the combination gets you advancement. So we're going to take a look at the dungeon and everything else. And of course, this fellow. Of course, the other thing we have going now is we have the Dragon Nest Marathon. And yes, this is another Forsaken. Lamia. Lamia is an earth control creature with anticipation and blah, 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 blah. Spend lots of money to rank it up. Why don't we just get that one out of the way immediately? I'm just going to say it outright. I'm getting very frustrated with everything being these Forsaken creatures. And I'm going to leave it at that. Alright, so we have this one right here. So let's talk about Lamia. Okay, once again, I'm sorry, this is actually a little low res. It's actually funny because Lamia's character sheet is actually low res, but PC Ronin's is actually high res. So I'm wondering if that's a respect issue or something. Anyway, this character is an earth control creature with anticipation, as you can see. Rank 0 at the top, it's got anticipation. And you can work it up to rank 2, get hardened. Rank 3, get a status cast for immune to control. I'm guessing that's for the entire group. I'm hoping it is. And of course, rank 5, block resurrection. All right, if you look at the stats in the upper right, you know, big life, not so great on the power, big speed. It's a control creature, so obviously you want a good speed so you can get out in front and use denial, right? There's not really a lot here that I would want to keep. I would say the only one that I'm kind of interested in is in Tier 2. And actually, I shouldn't say that. I should say, yeah, Tier 2, I think the time is burning, activate cooldowns on one enemy, applies ignite. That might be the one that I would keep. You could do that, or you could do the Winter Breath one to do the freeze. You know, it really depends upon which you think is more interesting. The rest of it isn't very interesting, although you probably do want to keep maybe both of those. The reason for which is that the first skill in Tier 3 is just so terrible. I'm just going to mention it in passing. Dragon's Rest removes all negative status effects from all allies, removes all negative status effects from all enemies. I'm hoping that's a typo. I really am. I'm hoping that's a typo. Otherwise, why would I ever want to do that? You know, if my guys have some bad stuff on it, that's terrible. That's horrible for them. I don't want to take bad stuff off the other side. No, why would I ever want to do that? No, 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 no. All right, now, Cold Fire Breath, pardon me, that one's pretty good. Deals heavy special damage to one enemy, applies Mega Freeze, and applies Burn. Yeah, those are pretty good. I mean, you know, I would keep the other two, and I would keep these two. And of course, Time Fissure, deals low earth damage to all enemies, activates cooldowns. So this individual is going to be activating cooldowns. It also starts with anticipation, so if you do any extra turning, it's going to get a chance to do something. If it's got strong single target attacks like it does have, then definitely it can be useful. Of course, you've drifted into tier 4, which many people are going to get, because people in these races, you know, they are going to get the 120, 125, 130 individuals. So this is something they're probably going to be interested in. The one thing you might notice is that the 4 skills in here are actually named after dragons. The first one's all right. Remove negative stats effects from itself, applies immunity to control, and life regeneration. I suppose that's all right. That's good support for itself, you know. I probably would skip that one. The next one, Mushu, I think that's Mushu, right? Removes positive stats effects from one enemy, activates cooldowns, applies burn, and gives extra turn. Yeah, that's, if you ask me, I think that's probably the most useful of the 4 right there, because it lets you use everything else more often, you know? I mean, if you look at the next one, low damage, and basically that's a freeze. It's associated with Viserion too. It's an ice freeze there. But I mean, that's pretty good. Low damage and removes positive status effects, so get rid of shielding or protection or evasion or something like that, and then attempts to freeze them or something. The last one is pretty good. Deals moderate earth damage to all enemies, activates cooldowns again on all enemies, and applies ignite and daze. I mean, what's the most important part there for you? Is it going to be the other stuff, or is it going to be the activation of the cooldowns? In which case, you might be better off keeping the tier 3 one, because it is a cooldown. It's got a lower cooldown to it. It really depends. I mean, once you get to the one that gives you the extra turn, you can do that one more often. So that's the reason I call that one the most useful, is because all the skills you'll have, you'll be able to use them more often. I mean, so this one is okay. I mean, it's okay. It's just the problem that I'm seeing at the moment, and you might notice on the bottom left, we're not doing too much here. See, here's the thing. I'm not picking up a lot of enthusiasm for this. I really am not. Not picking up a lot of enthusiasm at all. As a matter of fact, we sat for about 12 hours on a middle one that was 10 people must breed one uncommon. And it wasn't even a specific element. It's just that I'm not picking up a lot of enthusiasm. And I didn't say anything because I was just keeping it to myself. But I mean, I'm just really getting sick of all these Forsaken creatures. And yeah, I'm going to leave it there. All right, so that's the race. All right, so let's talk about, actually, do I want to get something up? You know what? Why don't we just take a trip over here, just so we have something to look at. So why don't we look at this right here while we talk about PZ Ronin. Yeah, you might notice that the quality of the image is a little bit better. I don't know why this guy merits high res and the other one doesn't. All right, now this is the guy you're trying to get to collect cells with. All right, so he's a light creature. He's immune to control, as you can see, which is really nice to start with. We're getting a lot of those these days, aren't we? We're getting a lot of those. It seems to be popular. And of course, if you get him up to rank 2, he's going to have anticipation. And if you get him up to rank 4, he's going to be a status cast of self, not team, self, 50% damage protection. This guy is light, isn't he? He just doesn't seem to play well with others. If you look at his stats, he's got a good life. His damage is very good. His speed is okay. So obviously he's a damage dealer. Try to keep that in mind. All right, I'm just going to do this very quickly. I'm looking at this as if you only have a 100 level dude, right? So, all right. Now looking at this, the only thing I am keeping from the first 2 tiers is the first one in tier 2. PZ4's hack. Applies corrupted to all enemies. Requires cooldown. 3-round cooldown. Obviously, it's a superior possession which can go through the normal trait of, immune to possession. It won't go past a buff, but it won't go past a normal trait that's immune to possession. So, yeah, that's a good one. That's the only one that I would keep of the first 2 tiers. The reason for which is I would take everything that's in tier 3. All right, we're going to start with the one in the middle, watching you fart. Somebody decided that should have been a skill name, by the way. I'd just like to point that out. All right, applies true vision to itself, gives 1 extra turn to itself. Yeah, you're gonna do that, Right. Yeah, absolutely. You're going to do that before your skills. You're going to do that one. All right, we'll look at the first one. Spy Ninja. Deals moderate special damage to all enemies, applies bleed to all enemies, and it's a high moderate too. It's 40, just short of high damage too. So that's a very good one. Very good one. Of course, you'll have true vision on so you won't miss. And then you have Stolen Keylogger. Deals massive special damage to one enemy, and of course that is a 0 cooldown. So that's basically what I would go with this fellow if I didn't have anything else available to me. I would take these, and I would take the Group Corrupted. So, boom, you're all done with that. In terms of the rest of them, I mean, there's some good stuff down here if you get down into the lower 4th tier, right? The first one is heavy damage. It's an extra point higher, but it is more damage, and light damage might be useful. It gives him a damage boost. And then, of course, you got a single target one there with Mega Corrupted. That could be useful, too. Yeah, they're very useful. And then the next one blocks out 50% of all incoming damage and then does a massive special damage hit on an enemy. That would be a good substitute for Stolen Keylogger. You know, since you're getting the extra turn anyway, it doesn't really matter except if you get your cooldowns activated, right? And the last one removes all negative status effects from itself, heals. You know what? I just don't even like that one. If I was going to choose, I would take Endurance over that one. I mean, is healing his job? It's not something that I would be interested in. I would be more interested in the one before it. See, if you're not hurt and you don't have any negative status effects, right? Then you're just basically doing less damage. That's the way I'm looking at that. You're just doing less damage. And instead of light damage, I would much rather be doing special damage. So I would definitely take Endurance over Dedication for a single target hit, right? That's the way I would look at it. So let's just take a quick look into his dungeon. All right, at the moment you can see I have 4 scrolls. I actually have another combination up right now, and that is the 5th one, right? Now, it's going on for a long time, which means our hatcheries are going to be a problem. It's funny because I have gotten rares every time. I've not gotten one epic, which in a way is okay because it means I have to process it less. Anyway, why don't we just see what's inside? Because I have no idea what's going on inside here. All right. Can I have any team that I want? Because this wouldn't be the choice I would make. I'm guessing it copied this from the Elementium dungeon. Because that did force us to do something. Let's just go with my mostly team at the moment. Gib can stand in for Cleo. All right, and we're going to start up here. How fast are they? Not very. Bye-bye. Okay. Wow, that is the most terrible wheel I've ever seen. I don't blame you for this. Wow, that's... Why even bother? Wow, I don't even know what to say about that. I really don't. I don't know what to say about that one. Okay, so I ended up getting 3. So every time you defeat one of these, you can get an extra 3 cells. I believe, if my count is right, that means at the moment I have 29 cells of him. So obviously this is kind of a long haul thing. The more breedings you do, and if you get successful, instead of just getting 5, you get 10. And also, what I didn't mention too, is also your daily goals. Doing your dailies, all of your dailies, of course, all of your dailies, you have a chance to get 3 more of him. So far, I've been successful, Oh, let me just grab that. Because I'll forget otherwise, right? I only need 2 more victories multiplayer, and then I'll be able to get that one there. So that's going to be going on for a while. So there's avenues in which to get them. Can we easily get to 100? I don't know. I guess we're going to have to find out at the end of the event. The problem with the breedings, as you can see, it just completely clogs you up. And during a race, that can be a bit of an impediment. If I did need to do something, I would gem one of them finished. Oh, and you might notice I still have one of the Madam Fusions in there. The last breeding event, I ended up getting 2 of her. So I'm hoping this one will come out with 3 open ruin slots. That would be very nice. Anyway, I think that is about it. We talked about the race. We talked about PZ Ronin, pardon me. By the way, that was a really amazing and wonderfully creative name, guys. Really, just amazing. So I think that's about it. All right, now, a couple of things here. One, I'm going to open up a cajillion number of chests because for some reason we've been doing this for like a week or something. I don't even know. But I'm just going to do this right now because it's content, right? And let's see. Whoa! Oh! After being damaged by a skill, if wearer's life is below 50%, heals wearer by and gives stamina. Ooh, 2 uses. Okay, I'm gonna find somebody for that one. Ooh, that's nice. That was worth the opening right there. I'm glad I did that on video too. Because people would never believe me. Sure you would have, but I mean, this is better to see it in video. Honestly, I don't even care what else is in here. I'm just seeing whether or not there's a, maybe some goals that I need to be aware of here. I'm not seeing any, but like I said, I really don't care because that, maybe I got a second one, or maybe I went all the way around. All right, that was a really good thing. That's a nice one right there. And I got 14 here. Okay, and then we'll open them all up. Okay, oh, I got a gold. Yeah, I mean, I don't like any of the swords, really. After damaging skill, if the target is frozen or stunned. I mean, you have to be part of a combination for that. I just wish the swords were a little bit more useful without a pre-existing condition being required, you know? Okay, so that's a wonderful thing. I'm going to have to find somebody to actually wear that. But definitely, I'm thinking, hopefully I get that on one of my Megaton tanks. I'm going to be checking them. Yes. All right, you might notice that war is going. We're not really going to be looking at that very much. As a matter of fact, let's just take a quick trip over there, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, you might notice that 27, I have 0 there. 29, I have 0 there. And the middle says Rage Quit. I think that just says it perfectly. You don't even have to look at the top of the screen. Now, what's interesting is the war we had just before this was almost the exact opposite. In terms of the team had like 10 teams at the top, which were good. The problem is that right when you got into the teens, it turned into all epics. By the time you got down to like 20, it was like 2 epics who were like 30th level. I mean, it really was like that. All the way at the bottom, it was like single epics and they were like 10th level. I have no idea how they got into the Legendary League. But I certainly know how these guys got into the Legendary League. And we have just like, you know what? We're done. We're just done. We're just going to take the hit and move on. Because we are just absolutely no match for this team. You can just, actually that one is kind of weak in comparison to some of the other ones. Here, check that out. That's number 30. That's number 30. So yeah, we're not going to be doing that. No. Because the thing about it is that it's just a matter of poof, you're all dead, and yeah, that's the way it works. However, we do have teams for PvP. So that is what we're going to be doing right now. And as you can remember, I already got the extra attack. Oh, unfortunately, you know, that dropped a lot pretty quickly, too. 4 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours. Yeah, I guess I should have been paying attention to that. Yesterday was the last time I looked at it, and it was about 5,400. Boy, it dropped like a stone. Well, I'm hoping we can find some tough teams because we have some challenging ones here. So let's begin. By the way, I would like to apologize to this first individual for what I'm about to do to your name. In the future, if you think that maybe I might have problems, maybe you might want to say something like, call me Tim, or something like that. Because I'm going to do my best, but this is going to be ugly. Our first team today was suggested by Suchizmita Mukhirji. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. And this individual wanted to say, I just want to make it clear that I'm not going to not do a team just because I know I'm going to embarrass myself reading a name, you know. We're starting with Lance. And next, we're going over to metal, and this is going to be Karen. And finally, over in metal, we have, where is it? Jello. All right, we have Jello. All right, I have a feeling that they're probably going to win unless we can find something like challenging. All right, why don't we just do a refresh? Okay, we got high numbers over here on the left, but I have a feeling they don't stand a prayer. No, they don't. I don't think they stand a prayer. Let's think. One more try? Okay, well, wow, okay, that one, I don't want to do that one on the left because that's horrific right there. That's horrifying. No. I have the choice of the middle. I guess we're doing the team on the right. I do that because there's actually like a Forsaken crab creature there. What's his name? Krabby Droid? Oh yes, another great naming achievement there. I have a feeling we're probably going to win this. You didn't even put any... Okay, what? Oh, okay. For a minute there, I thought his chair was actually the relic. And I'm like, what is that golden relic? I've never seen that before. No, it was his chair. All right, let's go. It's a shame Krabby Droid doesn't have anything on him, right? All right, let's start with I must scream. Random control skill and metal weakness. Okay, do I have any metal guys? No, I don't. Okay, Krabby Droid is free. Oh, that's right. Krabby Droid is really, really slow, though, because Krabby Droid doesn't have anything. Is Krabby Droid a dragon? No. However, we're Dragon Slayers. And Krabby Droid dies. Is Jello going to get a chance to do anything? Yes, he is. Major Essence? And he died in his chair. Oh, I got some advancement. Oh, that reminds me. We didn't really look at the monster that's in the Legends Pass. It's not... Oh, thank you. Okay, I do realize that other wheel wasn't your fault. So, but I will accept your present. Yeah, the creature that's in the Legends Pass, essentially, it's a fire Vaulteq. That's basically what it is. It's a fire Vaulteq. It's not a negative statement, too. It looks like it's kind of strong. It's a fire Vaulteq. The first thing I looked at is what its relics were. Does it have a banner? Okay, then it's a fire Vaulteq and not a fire Xyla. So that's the difference there. Okay, we're getting, well, not strong up the middle, but maybe over here. All right, let's just go for our next team and figure out what we're going to do. All right, our second team today was suggested by Untitled. And Untitled wanted to see, right on top, Sparta. And then we're going over to water. And we're going down into the 105s for Kami. And finally, metal, and probably right on near the top, is Anti-Entity. All right, so, you know, obviously we're freezing here and Kami, so we'll see how this is going to work. The bear can't be frozen, which would be a problem. I don't think he's denial or anything like that, is he? I mean, team over here on the right looks kind of tough. If we don't get the freeze down on the Vaulteq, it means that Kami dies. Let's do that one. It looks like a tough team. It really depends, though. Okay, support speed, so we don't have to worry. We're definitely going first. As I said, the big question is the Vaulteq. If Kami doesn't get either the freeze, even the possession doesn't really work too well, because on a Vaulteq, you know, extra turning, you're only going to get the attack on his own guys for the first team. All right, let's do this and see how it works. All right, he needs to get the freeze down, otherwise I'm going to lose Kami. Okay, I got the freeze down, good. Oh, that's lovely. Did you just take everyone's stamina away? Oh, that's wonderful. Turn your enemy's greatest weapon against them. All right, yeah, bye. And you, bye. You can wait. Let's see. Scrap Tamirian, why don't we just do that? Activate cooldowns and an extra turn. And Dust Storm, Stamina League. You know. There you go. Let's see. We didn't get the freeze down on you the first time, did we? Let's just take a 50% shot at that. It was worth a chance. Okay, and let's think. Oh, he's... You know, I'm just going to do this. Because you're dead. Bye. Yeah, don't put support speed on your denial. That just doesn't make any sense. You're looking chipper today. Shiny beard and all. Okay, I'll take that. I mean, you gave me gems the last time, so I'm gonna go with that. Okay, we do seem to see an increase in difficulty here as the trophy count increases. This is good. All right, our next team today was suggested by Real Burrito Cat. And Real Burrito Cat wanted to see, all right, this is going to be darkness. And we're going down to, where is Jazzy? Next, we're going over to Magic for his Purple Majesty. Where is he? Prince. And finally, over in Fire, we have Bram. All right, so we're going to be doing possessions, right? It would be risky to do the team on the right. I do believe that Neobuki is, I think, is it at least hardened, possibly tough. Losing that one would be a big problem. But you know, I think we need a challenge. I don't think the team on the left is actually a challenge. I think we're going to go with this one because this one kind of looks like a challenge. Okay, we're definitely going first. All right, remind me. Hardened, okay, not tough. She's also hardened up here too. Actually, I think they all are. Yeah, you're all, okay. So basically they all could resist this. Faceless Being, moderate special damage, nightmares, may possess. So, okay, I think he got them all. You know, the Neobuki could have given us all evasion. That would have been. Oh, do we all got double damage? Oh, that is gonna hurt so much. Okay, you go first. Let's see. Ouch. Don't you have make target bleed? Moderate damage to all nightmares. Now, all right. Why don't we just have you get rid of somebody? Random effect to all targets. Oh, you guys have guard down on you, don't you? Oh, that sucks to be you. All right, quick bite, and let's face it, you're already dead because he's got double damage on. Why don't we just, I want the double damage. Soul Rep. That worked out all right. All right. Are you going to be watching the game? I'm going to be watching the game. I'm not even rooting for anybody. I'm just going to watch the game. All right, and let's go with our fourth and final team for today. Our fourth and final team was suggested by Kat. And that's it. And Kat wanted to see, this is going to be the strong team, so I'm hoping we can find something mighty for this one. Although not like ridiculous, right? We're starting with Geb. And then we're going over to Thunder for Zyla. And then we're going over to Water for Tara's mom. Okay, so let's go. And refresh. That's interesting. I guess they're depending on the right. They're depending on Galante to get possessions down. Freezing. I mean, it looks kind of tough. I mean, if we don't get the freeze down on the Vaulteq, that could be very bad. I mean, they're going to take what's name apart pretty quickly. All right, we'll do that one. I was really hoping. This is one of these situations I wish I could just say no and just leave and come back because, you know, I was kind of hoping that they'd actually have, you know, ruins and relics and stuff like that. I mean, I think I was justified in thinking that, considering he's 115, he's 110, and he's 105, and this is the team that the individual set. I think I was kind of justified in thinking that, you know. But, yeah, I guess not. Arctic waves. Moderate water damage, all freeze and drown. Mind you, this could still turn out to be a problem, but just, they're not scary anymore, you know? They're not going to kill Geb. All right, and, well, you know, this is where the real pain begins. Let's get rid of the friends first. All right, and will this kill you? Yes, it will. The little one. All right, and a big one down here. And a little one over here. Okay, little guy, it's just you and me. And this isn't going to work out too well for you. No, no, it isn't. Bye. It's really a shame. Really, I was hoping for a good match there, you know? All right, and a spin. Well, I didn't say anything, so I guess I deserve that. You gave me gems before, so I'm not going to complain. And we're done. Okay, so we have a race. Oh, you know what I didn't look at in the race? And to be fair, I didn't look at the booby prize. So let's go down here. You know the way it works. The level you get to, the lap you get to determines what you get. Okay, I'm trying to get down here. It's not letting me. If you get to lap 4, I don't even know if we're getting to lap 4. You get this fellow, right? If you get to lap 8, but you don't get to lap 10, then you get her. Now, I actually don't have her, and I wouldn't mind getting her. So I would like to get there. I don't know if it's going to happen, all right? Now, if you get to rank 10, of course, then you get the individual, right? From that point on, you know, you might get some cells over here. Of course, 10 isn't really incredibly useful, but you might get some more in the individual rewards if you did well in your team, right? And you'd have to get to to lap 20 in order to start ranking it up and get access to those tier 4 skills. But like I said, I'm just not seeing a lot of enthusiasm, and I'm not really enthusiastic myself regarding all these Forsaken creatures, and I really wish they would take a break. Yeah, please take a break. And I think I mentioned this fellow up here. Where is he? Where is it? I guess I would have to look down here. Wait a minute. All right, and where is our friend? I'm going to look back here. Right, this one here is essentially a fire Vaulteq. Like I said, that's basically what you have here. It's a fire Vaulteq. It doesn't have a banner, but it's a fire Vaulteq. And that's, again, not a negative statement. It looks pretty strong. It's going to be kind of scary at higher levels. I think that's it for now. So thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games because games are fun. See you.